Super quick recording here at Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, everyone. None of that happy holiday stuff here. We're anti-woke. Anyway, a Christmas miracle just dropped. And by just dropped, I mean like a few hours ago. You're not my entire life. You know, I do other stuff before I race to tell you guys. Artemy, for those of you who didn't see, Artemy had like severe calcium stone buildup in the ureter and the kidneys. Sorry about the desktop noise. Don't know why Focusrite wants to do that to me right now. Interrupt my work. Oh my god, a bunch of stuff. Oh right, Windows update. Well, anyway, Windows updates aside, he had calcium stones all throughout his kidneys and ureter. He wasn't producing urine at all. He was on the brink of death. His blood was poisoned. And then we went and saw him, and it was basically like, do you want to attempt this risky surgery that'll probably not work, or do you want to put him down? And then while he was sitting there with us, he started peeing again. So since then, you know, they've had him they're taking care of him, and they're monitoring his kidney levels, and they're going down. But now the question is like, okay, so he's getting healthier, but that doesn't mean that all the stones are out of his kidneys. He might still need that surgery. It's just going to be less risky because now his blood isn't poisoned. You know, the surgery just gets a little plastic tube to replace the ureter from the kidney to the bladder, so the urine can pass through that rather than through, the ureter, you know. Anyway, they did an ultrasound this morning to find that miraculously he had actually passed all the calcium stones just by peeing them out, you know, which they said when they saw that, they were like, that's very like less than 10% chance, even in like a healthy cat without priors. You know, in this case, he was on the brink of death, bounced back, and then he pissed them all out, which is incredible. You know, maybe he got tired of the only descriptor for him being, you know, like, oh, Artemy, you fat piece of shit, fat boy, fat stupid boy, poopy boy. You know, he wanted to lionize himself a little bit, give himself a little bit of a dub. So now we have to be nice to him forever now, basically. We can't poke his belly and call him fat. Anyway, yeah, it's like a little Christmas miracle. He's still going to be with the ER vets for a little while because they still need to bring the kidney levels down, because that takes a little bit, you know, that's not like an immediate thing. So far they're trending downward. There's still a possibility he ends up with mild kidney disease. Like if the levels normalize and they're above the normal range, he might just have elevated levels, which is fine. Mild kidney disease is very manageable. You give him the right diet, you know, you try to help him lead a healthy life, and you know, they and they can be totally fine, right? But his levels have already gone down far enough that the possibility of severe kidney disease no longer on the table. His kidneys are healthy enough to produce all that urine. He's still producing a bunch of urine, even though they're not giving him as much water, which means that his body's using the water, which means it seems like all the internal plumbing is working properly. So honestly, we couldn't be happier. I mean, this came out of nowhere, and it felt like, I mean, he was right at death's door. And then since then, it's been going up and up and up. Now he's passed all the stones. Now the only remaining hurdle is like, okay, does he end up with mild kidney disease or no kidney disease? And if he ends up with no kidney disease and just has a propensity for calcium deposits, then we just got to give him the right food. We're real happy about this. You know, I mean, he certainly gave us a scare. Still got a little bit of a cough. You know how it is. Enjoying the holidays very much, getting some IRL work done. I hope you all are doing well as well. I know that a million things politics-wise have happened. I have not been there to cover them live. I'm sorry, again, you know, the video essayists, they get to take a break for months, and everyone's like, ooh, can't wait for 2026 when the next H-bomb video drops. And over here, it's like, you know, you miss a few days due to a acute family emergency or whatever, and then it's like, well, you've missed basically the whole news cycle. That's you've lost subscriber, no longer ringing the bell, bye-bye. That's what I get, you know. Hardest job in the world. He should be back home soon. We don't know when exactly. I hope soon, because keeping them overnight in those ER vet places that monitor the, you know, do the constant blood work, need the Affordable Care Act for cats. It's just really good, you know. Can only be so haha funny about it. It was so for a while when he was more sick, you know, he's slumping around. Last night we visit him, you know, we got a room with him, and we're holding his catheter bag. I know, TMI, whatever. We're holding his catheter bag, trying to keep it not tangled around his legs or chair legs. So he's like winding around the floor because he's not walked around, you know, like he's in a cage. He keeps trying to jump up on his stuff, so we got to like hold him down. He's such a strong cat. Today we visit him. He's just in the cage, not in the room. And he's like, I'm like, you know, hugging him, and he's trying to like launch over my shoulder because he wants to go run around so much. But as soon as we get him home, he's going to get dive bombed by Ruben, as is often the case. So, you know, he'll get what he wants, probably more than what he wants soon. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm just happy. He's kind of like a channel mascot, you know? I mean, I just figure we're all like invested in his well-being. And also, you know, and not to get too sappy, Artemy is the first like house pet I've ever had. I've had reptiles, and I had guinea pigs when I was a kid, like 10 or something. And I loved the guinea pigs. I remember their names, Cutie and Relin, real cute. Super, super, super cute little fluff balls, little prey animals. I mean, they're just dumb. They're idiots. But, you know, I prior to Artemy, I hadn't had like a proper, you know, a pet with distinct enough of a personality that you can kind of, you understand. I know they're not to antagonize the guinea pig lovers out there. You understand what I mean. I remember I was walking back from a psychiatric appointment because at the time I don't think I was taking lithium. So the whole bipolar thing wasn't fully sorted. You know, I was walking back and I was feeling depressive that day, and I was with Vermin. We see Artemy fall out of a damn tree. He's part of a litter, recently given birth from some like outdoor cat. You know, we talked to a lady nearby, and she owns the mom but doesn't know what to do with the litter. We take Artemy home, you know, and since then we've had him. And since we got him right around the time the channel started picking up, I feel like I've developed this association in my head that a lot of my like new identity as a person, all the changes that I've undergone as a consequence of being thrown into the crucible of public scrutiny, it changes you a lot, or at least I think it should, right? Because you're subject to different pressures. People are a product in large part of their environment, and if your environment changes, you should change. Maybe not in like an essential way, like all your values or whatever, but you know, different pressures create different incentives. Show me the incentives and I'll show you the man, right? So because I've changed so much since the channel has taken off, I dress nicer now for one. It's the most important thing. And Artemy's been there like kind of from the beginning of that. And I guess just mentally, I've always thought of him as sort of like a you know, like a load-bearing pillar of the life that I've built since then, which I guess makes sense. I guess anyone would say that of a cat they really like, you know, if they live with a cat. But I don't know. You know, I got a little painted model of him right here, my desk. It's been here the whole time. Well, no. Any cute? Now, anyway, he's doing well. So he's definitely gonna live. I mean, I guess he could get hit by like a meteorite, you know, but kidney-wise, got all the damn stones out. So good news. And a Merry Christmas to you all right?